News this morning.
Good morning, and thanks so much for starting your day with all of us here at KREX5 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Lee. Here's what you need to know to start your day. Mesa County has joined a list of 15 other local government entities in Colorado to sue 21 pharmaceutical companies for their role in the alleged overprescribing of opioids. KREX5 News reporter Mike KREX took a closer look, and he breaks down the litigation.
Opioid overuse and overprescription has become referred to as a crisis or epidemic in the United States. But how did we get here, and what does it mean? Monday, Mesa County commissioners gave the okay for the county attorney to join a lawsuit against 21 pharmaceutical companies for their role in the alleged overprescription of opioids in Colorado. Sentence 1 of the lawsuit calls opioid abuse the worst man-made epidemic in the history of modern medicine. Sentence 2 is not any more flattering, claiming more than 400,000 Americans have lost their life to opioid overdose since 2000, more than 5 times the amount of American lives lost in the Vietnam War. Furthermore, the lawsuit points to a CDC estimate that the economic burden of opioid use costs the U.S. nearly $80 billion annually. Losses by way of health care costs and addiction treatment, increased strains on human services and court systems. Alarming statistics, but how does the lawsuit and now Mesa County plan to hold the pharmaceutical companies responsible? They claim the 21 companies knew the true hazard of their product and, quote, consistently, deliberately, and recklessly made and continue to make false and misleading statements regarding the low risk of addiction to opioids' effectiveness for chronic pain, and ability to improve patients' quality of life with long-term use, end quote. In other words, they claim these companies duped the country in regards to how addictive the drugs are and what the long-term consequences that come with extended use are. And this lawsuit, originally filed in January of this year, is not the first of its kind. In fact, the county attorney told KREX a bellwether case is happening in October in Ohio. It's possible if the case leads to a settlement, the companies might set up a payment structure instead of racking up legal fees defending their case in an ever-growing number of states. First on the Western Slope, Mike KREX, KREX5 News.
Now, the county attorney wouldn't say exactly how much money Mesa County hopes to recoup from the lawsuit, but according to the documents, pharmaceutical companies are projected to earn nearly $20 billion from the opioid industry in 2020. The man accused of showing up with drugs and a loaded gun to meet who he thought was a child prostitute now has a deadline to decide how he wants his case to move forward. Michael Jones is being held on 8 different felony charges, and his defense now has just over a month to make that decision on how they wish to proceed. Jones and a new lawyer appeared in a Mesa County courtroom Tuesday, where a judge ruled that they must enter a plea on September 17th, more than 4 months after Jones's initial arrest. The defense says they're currently going through evidence, including text messages between Jones and undercover law enforcement. Jones is accused of making contact with the undercover agent who was posing as a mother prostituting her underage child. And before he was arrested at the Clarion Inn as part of that sting operation, Jones says he also sold a 1/4 ounce of heroin at the Ramada Inn. Authorities say he was found in possession of 3 ounces of meth, a 1/4 pound of heroin, mushrooms, and a loaded and chambered semi-automatic pistol. Jones is a 7-time convicted felon and was charged as a habitual offender in 2004. The Western Slope Center for Children sees nearly 800 kids each year who have been the victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse, or who have witnessed violence. Well, on Tuesday, the center received a generous donation of $10,000 from the Grand Junction Lions Club. In addition to a multitude of services, the Center for Children is now also expanding into prevention therapy, including a free community program for nurturing healthy sexual development and sexual abuse prevention training. This most recent donation will allow the center to continue offering free services at their expanded facility. And while they already play such a large role in assisting and supporting child victims, those with the center say they still want to do more to provide kids with the services they deserve.
We need to add a therapist to our program. We have one on-site therapist right now, and with all the kids that we're seeing every year, we can't see all of those for therapy as well. So
the $10,000 given to the center was one of 2 checks that the Lions Club presented to local nonprofits yesterday, coming to a combined total of $15,000. So far this year, the Grand Junction Lions Club has gifted more than $145,000. And the start of a new school year typically means summer is over, but we definitely have not said goodbye to summer weather just yet. And for local athletes, hot temperatures and heat waves can pose a serious threat on the field. KREX5 News reporter Jillian McCarthy brings us the details.
Pretty soon these fields will be packed with students for sports games as the new school year rolls in. Sporting events are fun, but the extreme heat we've been having in Mesa County is not. It poses danger to athletes who can fall victim to heat-related illnesses.
When the temperature is really high or you're exerting yourself, often as athletes are doing, you're working too quickly and your body can't keep up.
That's why D51 is taking precautions to keep athletes safe in the heat.
Athletic trainers that have come up with emergency action plans for all of our sports and all of our venues. Our trainers go to practices, talk to coaches about signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion.
The most important part of staying safe in the heat is by drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated.
Gone are the days of, the old school coaches used to make kids just go and go and go and not give them water breaks. When we encourage water breaks, we want kids to be hydrated and to be safe.
And water breaks should be taken frequently.
Chugging some water right before practice is okay. We want people to drink water throughout the day, especially when we're seeing these really warm daytime temperatures.
And in these really warm temperatures, athletic trainers know the dangerous signs to look out for.
If kids are being disoriented, if kids are not feeling up to speed and they're feeling a little bit like nauseous and stuff, that's why we have our trainers there. They're the experts in those fields.
At the end of the day, officials want to play it safe rather than sorry in the heat.
We don't want to put kids in any kind of jeopardy. We want to make sure that it's a safe environment for them and that it's a positive thing.
First on the Western Slope, I'm Jillian McCarthy, KREX5 News.
Well, trainers, coaches, even the athletes themselves will have to continue being vigilant, at least for the next few days, as temperatures here in Grand Junction continue to climb into the upper 90s. Our chief meteorologist, Chris Nation, will tell us if we can expect to catch a break from this heat anytime soon. That's coming up in your full forecast right after the break.